Hey, we're live. And this is Aaron Live. February 21st, 2021. Pretty hard to believe. You know, I was looking on my schedule and I saw that the last time I did an Aaron Live was January 21st, 2021. So it's been exactly 30 days. And this is kind of a special event. Well, as special as one of these things can get, because some of you may know, some may not know. It depends. I've been making announcements as I've been doing shows on other people's channels and things, but I haven't really come out on social media because I don't want to bring too much attention to it. But I'm actually having shoulder surgery on Wednesday of this week, and so I won't be drawing for like a month. So this is my last ditch fundraiser. This is my last opportunity to do something live for you guys to watch me draw something live, probably until April sometime, if all goes well and smoothly with my recovery. So I will be doing live streams along the way. I just won't be drawing. So I have a torn rotator cuff. What are you going to do? I've been putting it off for years. I finally got to do something about it. So I will be doing something about it. So anyway, this is a sort of last show for a little bit, at least last drawing show for a little bit. I decided to go animation. We've been doing the superhero thing forever, and obviously that's what I do for a living. So, every once in a while I like to do something else. And and I know there's a lot of animation fans out there. And so I thought, you know what? I'll do a live stream of me drawing one of the animation pieces that'll actually be up for sale. And I will be showing the pieces that are already done and put them up for sale like we've done in the past. And I'll go over those rules and how that works in just a minute. Let's take a look and see who's here though, shall we? Oh, we've got a huge crowd, 17 people already. Let's take a look and see. Oh, Hyper Potatoes here. Yes. Bringing up Atari Force, of course. Let's see who else. John Smith is here. John, thanks for joining us. Mike Fiala is here. Johnny Fitz showed up. Yo, Johnny, nice to have you. Let's see. Sean Corcoran's here. Good luck with the surgery. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Yeah, that's right. It's going to be paying for the surgery now. Let's see. Louis Brightraven suggests I learn telekinesis or to use the other hand. Well, I know Frazetta tried to draw with his left hand for a while after he'd had a stroke, and that was actually fairly impressive what he was able to accomplish. So we'll, I don't know how much, I will have some movement with my hand. I just won't be able to lift my shoulders. So it's, it's kind of hard to work on the old drafting table back there when you can't lift your shoulder. So, Cyforce, of course. Mark Anthony's here. Good evening. Josh Olive is here. All right, guys. Now, let's go over the rules before we get started on this. I'm going to switch over to my, where's my banners that tell us the rules. I know I've got them someplace. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to put them all up at once, because I don't really know how else to do this. They all have a set price. The price is actually on the picture. These are all 9x12, full color, as you'll be able to see, but they're all 9x12, similar to the ones I've done in the past on my live streams or my Aaron Cons. So it'll all go up at once. So what you have to do is you have to type sold and then the name of whatever the piece is. And the first person that comes up and does it will get the piece. And that's the best way I found to do it. Auctioning is just too hard with too many bids coming in and people, just gets crazy. And it's hard to keep track of everybody because the comments come in so fast. It's hard enough to keep track of them when they come on as it is with just doing sold. So I don't know if it's the fairest way, but it's the way I'm doing it. So you're going to see Disney represented. You're going to see Hanna-Barbera represented. You're going to see Warner Brothers represented. So there's going to be some pieces in there that may be of interest to a lot of you, or maybe a few of you, or possibly none of you, but I'm hoping for the more. And then the last piece which is already penciled and inked, but I'm going to color it live. That's going to be the drawing portion of our show, and that will also be up for sale. And I'll announce what the price is on that before I actually start, and then we'll follow the same rules with that. I will say that if a character has two names, like Wreck-It Ralph, you could just say Sold Ralph or something like that, so that I understand what you're talking about. Don't abbreviate to a point where I have no idea what you mean. So you got to be quick. You got to be quick on the keyboard. Unless nobody wants them, then you can be as slow as you want because you won't have any competition. So let's see here. Angelo Caranco is here. Josh says, you should rename your con Lopresticon and use a demented leprechaun with a big nose, of course, as your mascot. I thought for a second maybe you were taking a shot at me, but no, you were just because I like to draw things with big noses. But if you were taking a shot at me, we have to go to this. Yeah, well, that's what the Grinch is there for. I also want you to know, 70 words per minute. Hey, Jason Mazar is jumping in from Melbourne, Australia. How about that? Do I ship to Canada? I'll ship everywhere as long as you pay for it. That's true. Shipping in the US is going to be on these, since they're smaller pieces, they'll be $10. So I will give you instructions on how to pay via PayPal once all the pieces are spoken for. And of course, if you're in Canada and you win, or you're in Australia and win, then you're going to have to wait for me to actually get you a shipping rate that that's accurate, so you can pay for it. Let's see here. That's all of. Okay. Everybody seems to think, well, not everybody, but Mike Fiala says seems very fair, and I think if Mike thinks it's fair, then we should all think it's fair. Let's see. I want to show you guys a couple things here quickly. If there's any swearing or any foul language in the comment section, we've added a language alert. So I'm just letting you guys know that that's a possibility. There's also the possible appearance by the waving puppet. You just never know. You just never know what's going to happen on this show. So, okay. Let me also, as people start to roll in here, we have 26 people. I'm going to give just a couple more minutes for people to roll in. And then the wonderful, beautiful, and talented Shelley will be here to help organize the sales event, because it's very difficult for me to do everything. In fact, I can't even do two things at once. So as you can tell right now, I'm trying to talk and find my thing that I'm looking for here. Some of you may be wondering what's up with the coloring book. At this point, I was hoping to get all the illustrations done before my surgery, which is on Wednesday, but it didn't happen. I've still got 4 more pieces to go, and a cover to do. So, which I'd actually have to color. Let me try that again. I actually have a cover that I actually have to cover. I have a cover that I actually need to color. So that'll take even a little bit more time. Garbage Man update. All the files are done. They're with the publisher. I actually have the Danny Mickey inked pinup that most of you have seen at some point that I'm coloring right now, and that has to get done. But all the pages, everything, lettering is all done, coloring, all ready to go. So there should be some sort of announcement coming within a month, I would think, on that. So the other thing is, I've been getting a lot of, I've been talking to some friends of mine that are, Graham Nolan, Art to Bear, Andy Smith, guys that are, crowdfunding and also, and they're like really pushing me to say, Aaron, the first thing you should do, you should get out there in the comic market. You should launch a comic. So as of right now, my plan, and this has nothing to do with Garbage Man. Garbage Man is being published by a publisher. But this thing right here, this monster horror Western superhero mashup comic that I'm actually quite pleased with, which I'm working on. These pages aren't going to be included in it, except maybe in the back of the book, because I've rewritten the opening of the script since I drew these, and so I won't be using them actually in the script, but I am working on it. And as of right now, that is my plan to go ahead and launch first as a crowdfunder. We'll see how it all plays out, but that's my plan right now. And some of you may have seen this page on social media, and that's actually a new page that will actually be used in the story. The name of the book is called Wraith of God. Kind of a little play on words with Wrath of God, Wraith of God. So, and Wraith, of course, we all know is a ghost or a spirit. So what's it all about? Well, you'll have to wait and find out. But that's something I'm hoping to get going on and launching early summer, like in June-ish. I would think May, maybe, if I'm lucky. We'll see how the old arm starts working after the surgery, how soon I can jump into that and really get moving on it. All righty. We got 28 people. Seems like we've leveled off a little bit here. So I'm going to, we're going to get ready to do the auction. Shelley, it is time. I've got to, maybe I should foot the bill for an intercom system. We'll wait for our hostess to show up. She's on her way. I was going to show you the big drawings of them first, but again, I don't, it's like, if I show them to you one at a time, it's kind of like, you're like, well, maybe I want to bid on that or get that. But they're like, well, what if the next one coming up is something that maybe is a bit more interest to you? So if I show them all at once, you'll get to see everything at once. You'll know what it is. And then we can, I can show you close-ups of them later. After the first round of frenzied frenzied whatevers. All right, getting a pad here. All right. I made stew tonight, by the way. It should be done. I think it is done right now. So I'm kind of anxious to try that out. But I'll wait till after the show because it's kind of rude to sit here and eat while we're doing this. All right. Okay. We got 30 people watching right now.
Wow.
Do you want to be on camera or no?
No.
Okay. Shelley says no. She's not going on camera, so she's in her jammies. So I will, let me.
Only if John Smith sends me money. Is he on there yet?
Look at that. Oh, John Smith is there. He's there. Let me get my little Nebraska sweatshirt there. Okay, I'm going to put up the art. There's a. Right, I can think about that. I said you might not even be able to write.
Yeah.
I got shoulder problems. Shelley's got thumb problems. We're quite the team right now. Okay, so again, you type sold followed by the name of the art piece. First one that calls it gets it. Okay. Oh, Kristen Grant is here. She says hi, Shelley.
Oh, hi, hon.
Zane Zielinski's joined us from Chicago. Go Hawkeyes. John Smith, how much for the Nebraska shirt? It's priceless. Okay.
Well, not anymore.
That's right. I can't even give them away, probably. All right. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have a little fun here. Let's. All right, that was our official countdown, and now I'm going to flash. Okay, wait a minute. I'm not going to flash.
Oh, I'm leaving.
I'm going to flash up on the screen the art that's for sale.
Okay, that's better.
Are we ready? People, here we go. And there's one that you're not going to see till I actually start coloring it, but here's the first 7. Are we ready? And there'll be one more after this. Here it is. We have Popeye. We have Shere Khan the tiger.
It's Bugs.
We got Bugs Bunny and the 8-Ball from 8-Ball Bunny. We've got Duck Dodgers. We've got 2 Space Ghosts. And we have Jezebel Jade from Johnny Quest.
Random.
Okay, let's see. Hyper Potato's got Jezebel Jade.
Okay, wait. Hyper Spud, what?
Hyper Potato has Jade.
Oh.
Mark Anthony, do you want me to write and you read? Mark Anthony gets Shere Khan.
Shere Khan.
John Smith takes this
Like Daffy.
Space Ghost.
Oh,
Headshot.
Yeah. John Smith.
Robert Tran is getting Popeye.
Okay, wait. Tran. Popeye.
Stephen Ing takes Bugs Bunny.
Bugs.
Oh, there's about 1 million people for Jezebel Jade. And
Really?
Yep.
Well, you always got commissions later.
All right, did anybody take Duck Dodgers?
Duck Dodgers. We like Duck Dodgers.
No Duck Dodgers?
No. And okay, so John Smith, what was the Tran one?
We still have a few left, guys. It looks like Duck Dodgers is still available, and the full-size Ghost, Space Ghost is. Let's see. Stephen Ing has Bugs. Robert Tran has Popeye.
Okay.
John Smith has Space Ghost
Yeah,
Headshot.
got it.
Okay.
Awesome.
Well, okay. I'm shocked that the Duck Dodgers is still sitting there, but there it is. And
Still early.
Big Space Ghost is still up there. Oh, Stephen Ing takes Daffy.
Oh, the pressure.
He is not fooling
Bugs
around.
and Daffy. Well, that's, yeah, if you're going to get Bugs, you got to get Daffy.
You have to have both, really.
Yeah. That's for no baby.
Okay, so we have Space Ghost. 3/4
Ghost.
figure is all we got left. And
They're really like
the drawing
selling
card.
Husker.
That's right. You've won our dog. We'll throw him in.
Oh my gosh. Sorry.
Wait a minute. That's not quite this, but language alert.
I didn't say what was really in my head. I wasn't going to say Mother Plus Bucket, but
Oh man.
you've been creative, apparently.
Well, you do a little bit here and there. Okay,
John, what's up? You need to take a trip up here. I need some lessons.
Yeah, should show her how to use her gun. All right. Well, here's the thing. We have Space Ghost coming to let it hang out there for a while, and we'll come and revisit that in a little bit. But if any of you 35 people in there want that full figure Space Ghost for $150, let me know. I'm going to click this off and
that for? Good evening.
deposit 25 cents in the jar.
Shoot, I'm gonna have to run to the ATM then. What the?
Hey.
Hi. What? Oh, that's weird.
Okay.
Well, I have one of the joints at the base of my thumb at my wrist is the cartilage is worn out, so it's bone on bone and it hurts. Getting old is just sucky.
All right. So now when I switch screens, I know everybody's going to go nuts over this one.
Oh gosh. What is it?
So.
What could it be?
I'm going to click that off. And remind you guys that there's still the full figure Space Ghost is still floating around in space. Okay, here we go. Are you ready? Should I tease a little bit more? Should I just go in and show it? I guess there's.
Well.
All right. Are we ready? There it is, ladies and gentlemen. We are doing Belle from Disney's Beauty and the Beast. This is sort of my take on her. It's not, and she's $150. So I'm going to color it right here before you're very sold. Belle. Joel Hecht got it. Joel Hecht. Oh, Mark Anthony, too late. Josh, too late. Jesus, too late. I feel so bad. I wish I had a bunch of them for you guys.
Well, again, this isn't the last time we'll do a Aaron Live.
Bert Van Vliet says, my dad says that you may not like getting older, but it beats the hell out of the alternative.
That's what I say too most of the time.
It's true.
I say getting old is highly overrated, but it's better than the other part.
Josh Olive says he can't win for losing today. Well,
oh man.
You know, and then all of a sudden the viewership goes down to nothing. So
like click, 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 click.
All right, Joel Heck said he'd buy it sight unseen. He was ready. He knew it was coming. I teased a little bit on Facebook that that I might do that. She's actually the one princess I've never drawn, and the reason why is because I don't really like her. But
take it back.
But I do like this drawing. So
we love Belle. Doesn't Sammy like Belle?
I don't know. I think she thinks she looks like Belle because she has brown hair, but so we're going to erasing the pencil lines, obviously. I found these magic rub things that actually work really well. And I just found another brand of eraser that's, what should I say, disintegrates a lot quicker.
Oh, Lord.
Dog's gone wild. Make sure I get. In fact, I'm going to show you guys that eraser just because I can. I can find the dumb thing. It's sitting right here. Oh, these things. Well, that's actually what it was the magic rub. Okay, I thought I had something different, but it's magic rub. Prismacolor makes different kinds of erasers. They make a white one that's like really sort of plasticky. And it erases fine, but you have to push kind of hard. This magic rub sort of breaks up real easily, and it erases really well, but you don't have to push as hard to get your quality erasing experience. All right, so we're going to color Belle. She got a rose, so got to the next round of The Bachelor. It's true, she did. I've got a lot of people that are saying Belle is the best. I'm getting some grief now for saying that. Not a real favorite of mine. So all we have left then is full figure Space Ghost. And everything must go. That's how I operate. So I may lower the price of it. I guess I shouldn't have said that. Now people are going to wait, but we'll see till the end of the show. All right, so we're going to start with a little colored pencil action here. This is a Echo Pink. I already did.
Oh, never mind then. What did you do with the pen?
Well, I'd like to already thank everybody who has contributed to my convalescence by buying artwork. Since I won't be selling anything in March, but I will be. I'll try and do live streams and actually talk about something interesting other than drawing. Yeah, I can't talk about anything interesting other than drawing. So maybe I'll talk about drawing without actually drawing. That should be really interesting, shouldn't it?
Teach yourself to draw left-handed.
That's right. It'll be an experimentation. We'll all learn together. Okay, so you guys can't really see it all that well, but it's a really, really light flesh tone. And as I've said many times before, that I like to lay kind of a light foundation And then Shelley has vacated the premises. I'm not sure if she's coming back or not. I think she probably is. Okay, so I got that light pink in there, and I always like to go with a little orange. I got a few other colored pencils at the art supply place. These are all Prismacolors. I went to, I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. I went to the art supply store, which is actually Dick Blick's. They bought everything, so you can't get art supplies unless you go to Dick Blick's now. And apparently, oops, sorry. Might actually help if I was on screen while I was coloring. I do this really light, so obviously it's going to be somewhat challenging for you guys to see this until the color gets built up a little bit more. But this paper has a lot of tooth to it, so it's very, very textured. So I have to keep it light, or when you're working over textured paper, there's obviously hills and valleys, and the color, if you're going too fast and you're pushing too broad a stroke, the valleys don't get any color in them and the hills do. So you've got all this. So in order to get a better cover, I go very lightly and try to keep my line work very close together here.
Here we go.
So, Shelley, are you subbing tomorrow then
For Mark.
Which class? Like all of them?
Pre-calc,
Ooh.
calculus, and geometry, I think.
Shelley's the smart one in the family.
Well, Josh isn't too bad.
That's true. Josh, our son, the engineer, but Shelley teaches hard stuff, physics and math, and
It's not that hard. Oh, Juan.
I posted on Twitter one night. Oh, that stupid autofocus. Sorry about that.
Our kid put his name on his quiz. Juan. I don't even have a Juan in class. What the heck? These kids.
Oh. Anyway, Shelley was in there putting together, studying physics and her lesson plan for physics, and I was coloring. I thought, that's what a contrast. Okay, you can start to see that I'm getting some shadow areas here with the darker orange over the top of the light pink. Let's see here. What is being used to color Belle? Colored pencils. Rob, you nerd. These are Prismacolor pencils. You probably can't read that. Maybe you can. I've got all sorts of different brands of colored pencils. I've never, I mean, when I buy new ones, I try and, well, okay, I'll be honest. I try and buy what's on sale. Unless they're really crappy pencils, then I won't do it. But
Aaron's women are so beautiful. Aw, thanks. Oh, wait.
I have really good taste.
Hi, Olivia.
Oh, poor Olivia comes in too late for the Disney stuff.
Oh, man.
In case I pick this up in mid-stream and don't explain what I'm doing, I'll do it now while I'm thinking about it. Let's get a piece of tissue paper, and I
like
will
just
go in.
Kleenex, Aaron?
Yeah, just like Kleenex.
Kleenex.
And I do this to kind of smudge it and soften the edges on it. Now, sometimes we'll smudge outside the lines, and then, of course, I just go in and erase those. But this helps me get a soft feel, especially when I'm doing flesh tones on girls. I did earlier.
Oh,
yes.
How did I know?
Thank you, Olivia. I appreciate that.
Well, we can talk about, yeah, film studies in college.
Well,
I'm just going back through stuff I've missed.
The movie they showed us the most, believe it or not, my first year at film school was The Road Warrior, because of how well it was directed. And in fact, my instructors there said that they felt, well, they didn't couch it that way. They just said, said it as fact that The Road Warrior is a better action film than Raiders of the Lost Ark. Better made. So
does Aaron take Bitcoin? No.
I don't even understand that. I guess none of our money is real anymore, but that makes me really nervous because I don't.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Beauty and the Beast is Aaron's mom's favorite too. Oh, I'm sure Mrs. Lopresti is very pretty. Well, maybe in my younger days.
Mrs. Lopresti is very pretty.
Oh, thanks. I think your definition changes as you reach each decade. That ain't bad for.
Yeah, exactly. When you get married, oh, you're so beautiful. Then when you're, 50, you're like, yeah, you're pretty good looking for 50.
Not bad for 50. In my case, not bad for pushing 70.
Yeah, that's not
like
true.
80,
You're
whatever.
2 years younger than me. You know what's okay? Here's a funny story for you, and Shelley, you'll totally believe this.
Okay.
So I'm talking to my brother on the phone, and he's 2 years older than me. And I had just the day before been in a discussion with my mom, who lives with us, and she's pushing 90, and about how old my brother was. My brother's 2 years older than me. And I said something about him being 60. And she goes, well, he's not 60. He's only 59. And I said, Mom, I said, he's 2 years older than me. If I'm 58, he has to be 60. And I was totally convinced that I was 58. Then my last birthday that I turned 58. And I don't know why, but I had this stuck in my mind. So I was talking to my brother on the phone about this. And he goes, no, I'm 59. I go, how can you be 59? I said, unless I'm only 57. And then I realized that I was only 57. And it was like this, I felt like suddenly this rapturous joy came over me that I was younger than I'd actually convinced myself that I was. So it's like I lost a year off my life in a good way. And there's no real payoff to the story, I guess, but just it's pretty, just thought it was kind of funny. Then I had to go to apologize to my mom and go, you know what, you're right. He is only 59 because I'm only 57. Mark Anthony's really working the Want a Beauty and the Beast for commission. Well, you know what? I won't be able to do it for a while, but you can certainly contact me and get on the list, Mark.
So you guys all have to send him good vibes on Wednesday. It's a little bit nervous because you don't understand, Shelley. It's my arm. That's what I got.
Well,
I don't understand.
No, you do understand because you've had surgery on your shoulders, but
I've had 4 shoulder surgeries. But he was a little nervous because, it's his arm.
Yeah, it's the moneymaker. A little nervous. It'd be like if I was having eye surgery, I'd be very uptight about that.
But they do this every day, all day long.
It's true. Of course, I'm getting a message right in the middle of the stream.
Right, Joshua.
That's the way, yep. It says, Josh and Jessica are coming over for a few minutes shortly.
Oh, great, I'm in my pajamas.
How about that? She's in her pajamas. I'm on a live stream coloring Belle.
Well,
and kids are coming over.
Josh and his girlfriend.
That's right. When they come over, I'll put them on camera. It'll be just like one big family affair. So I got to say, I like how this is turning out already. Trying to stay in here close so you guys can see me work the flesh tone. I'm using mostly orange here now to kind of darken it. And what I like to do here is kind of go crosshatch these colors over the top of one another. And I'm doing this really lightly. I'm doing it fast, but I'm doing it really lightly to keep it soft. You don't want to get too aggressive and push too hard, because then you're going to have lines all over the place, and you don't really want that. I mean, you do, I guess, if you're going for that stylistically or something, but I'm not. I want something really soft here. So I'm keeping this really light. I can go in, I mean, sometimes I go in with the tissue, sometimes I go in with my finger and rub it and soften the edges on the color. So you look at it and say, well, okay, are my highlights too strong? Maybe. So then I can go back, yeah. So then I can go back over with my pink, which you guys really won't be able to see very well, but this will take the edge off those highlights a little bit.
Oh, I used something to take the edge off.
Yep.
Sammy did another video shoot yesterday.
I know, she
Sunburned.
Yeah, my daughter FaceTimed me from Phoenix, and she has a big old sunburn. It's funny. She probably didn't think it was funny, but.
Well, and it's not like it's her first day in Phoenix. She's been there for a while.
That's true. And for this to be her first sunburn, that's actually pretty impressive.
Yeah. But last time she did a video shoot in Phoenix, she got totally sunburned.
That's true.
So she didn't even think like, oh, maybe.
All right, those flesh tones are looking pretty sweet, actually. So myself, they're a little bit more orange than what you're seeing, but you're getting the values are pretty close. Let's see, Erin Lepresti. Then, who is your favorite of the Disney princesses? I'm a bit curious. Shelley, you know who my favorite is, don't you?
The chick with the hair. You know that one? That one with the hair on her head? Tangled.
Yep, that's my favorite movie. Tangled and Rapunzel would be my favorite.
He just likes the animated hair, which is cool.
No, they did. Well, that's true. I do.
Oh,
it is very cool.
Oh, you're gonna.
No, I'm not. That's
made
true.
Me look bad.
No, that's absolutely true. But her design is she's just super cute. She has nice, they gave her a little bit of an overbite, and just the detail to her personality that they put into the character really, I think, stands out. And I do like, is it Tiara? What's her name? No, Tiana. From
Princess and
the Frog. Because every time I watch that movie, it makes me think of New Orleans food, which was awesome. So, but I do like the entrepreneurship aspect of that character and her, going to get a restaurant regardless and beat the odds to raise the money. So I'm a bit of a entrepreneur myself, so I do appreciate that. I'm going to go in here with what's basically a mauve. It's a bit purplish, but it's mauve for shadows and stuff. You got to be careful. You don't want to get too purple, because if you do, it looks like they're bruised, and that's probably not the look you want. This is you can kind of see the shadow there, and I put that on the base. I might go in with I'm definitely going to go in with a little bit of brown here. Darken that shadow. See that? And I'm going to, obviously I'm not going to do anything really heavy that's going to detract from her beauty, because she is beauty from Beauty and the Beast. So. Okay, I'm going to rose up those cheeks a bit more, and then we're going to work on her hair. Beignets, that's exactly right.
Oh.
Oh my gosh, so
Don't
good.
inhale.
2021. Chick with the hair, he put in quotes.
The chick with the hair. Oh, I haven't had a good one in a while, so I guess that'll count.
Oh, I'm sorry, I keep floating off the screen here. And now I'm going to go with my tissue because I want something as broad and meaty as my finger going in there. Try and control this area a little bit better. Soften up that blush. And then let me see if I can go in here a little bit closer so you can kind of see what I got going on there.
What's he's got going on?
So that's nice and soft up like that. Have I drawn Mulan? Yes, I have. Well, I did sort of a cartoony version of her, which is even more cartoony than Disney did. If you follow me on Instagram, it's on Instagram. You have to go back a little bit, but it's on the Instagram posts. I did a whole series of Disney princesses, more sort of cutesy style, and got a couple Little Mermaids that turned out really nice.
Oh, that's so sweet.
It is. Okay, so there we go. That's her flesh tone. I'm kind of digging that. So, all right, so now I'm going to go in with some markers because she's a brunette. And I'm going to use, sorry for the rattling, I'm going to use a warm gray to kind of set the foundation because the thing, you can use a warm gray for either a yellow base or a tan base because they're tan. They do tend to skew towards that brown spectrum, and the heavier the value you use, the more brown it's going to feel. So I can use like a 0 and maybe a 1 underneath on the dress, which I will do, to kind of set the base for the yellow of the dress. But the hair, I'm going to go much darker with.
Ouch.
There's a lot of groaning going on in here.
Oh, yeah.
Your hand, my back, my shoulder. Man, I'm telling you. This is the physical breakdown show.
The overuse show.
Well, see, Shelley, in all fairness to Shelley, she was a volleyball star in college. So she has reason to have
5 million surgeries.
Have some breakdown.
Mental.
I didn't do much in college to warrant.
Or it could have been the 20 years of teaching aerobics or the time I decided marathoning would be a good idea.
Well, there's a lot of blame to go around there. Yeah. I think my injury is from drawing and from, well, I'd started from weightlifting. Too heavy back in the day. And then all this drawing stuff since then has really taken its toll on my shoulder. Okay, so she looks gray. She looks like an old woman, but a beautiful old woman. That's why I have a brown colored pencil I'm going to go in. Actually, it looks much browner than what you're seeing on your screen. But it's still, these are still gray markers, so they're still going to be gray. Someone's messing with you. They put Juan on the name of he's not even your class.
Oh, I guess I'll mess with him then and give him a 0.
Except you're not messing with him.
Yeah. Wasn't that funny? That's super funny. Oops, there.
Okay. I'm going to go back. I'm going to go with a 1 now. Jump in here with the old 1. Anna I coached volleyball for 44 years now. Dawn Korn, did you really?
Nice.
Or did you really? Oh.
Yeah, I didn't coach for very long because then I had children. And honestly, I didn't have the patience for it. I was a little intense in the beginning, right out of Division I volleyball, and I was like a little bit crazy. Love the game. Still yell at the TV when I watch it.
That's true. Okay, so now I've got this strong, warm gray base. I'm going to go in with my brown and make this hair brown. Nice one. Is he selling or going to show? You're probably talking to somebody else, Scott. Price on the Space Ghost is $150, the full figure. I still have that available as far as I know. What are all the drawings you sold or showed tonight? I'm just done with Retro Family Movie Night and the Money Pit. You want watch the Money Pit? Now you come in.
Honey, the cameras are here.
All right, I'll take a quick.
I think all we have left is Space Ghost.
All we have is this guy right there, the 150 Space Ghost. Is the only one that's left.
That's a fun night. Although I think every night was retro movie night for us in this house. Yeah,
we're not like the current. We tend to go back and watch the old stuff. We went through a period of time when we spent a lot of time watching Hitchcock films.
Educating our youngsters.
That's right, on quality filmmaking. All right, so I sharpened up my brown. This is just sienna brown, so it has a little bit of red in it. And by red, I mean it's not earthy. It's a little bit more, no, it's more red. It doesn't really look red. It's not something I would use for auburn hair, but it doesn't have that earthy brown to it. It's more of a warm brown. That's what I was trying to say. Okay, so I'm going to flip this, kind of crosshatch back over the top of what I just laid down. I should go back to my comments. Fred Brana says, you want the color codes for Belle? I actually have it. I don't care that much, but thank you. Dawn says, 2 seasons a year for 30 of those years, junior high and high school. Wow, you must be tired.
Your poor shoulder. Yeah, no. I could have, but I was just like, no. Well, and then part of those years, it was going back to school for your master's. It was just never, never a good time. Well, there never is.
But. Okay. So I'm going to take my tissue paper that I dropped on the floor and grab it before my dog does. This is my face. Hi.
Sure. Click, click, click.
Oh, just lost everybody. Okay. What this does too is it sort of lightens it because it picks up some of the pencil on it. So you have to sort of go over it again, smudge, go over it, smudge, go over it, smudge. But you can probably see how that brown is kind of warming that gray up a little bit. That's the sienna brown. It's working that. Oops. Kicked the old camera. There is nothing but high quality production values on this show, folks. Oh, if I can figure out which way. Oh, there we go. Steven says, Scott, rewind 33 minutes and you can see the 7 pieces. I just showed those 7 pieces again. Okay, so now I'm going to go back in and soften this up again. You might be able to see it smudging out a little bit here and here. And I can just go in with the eraser, clean that up. Plus, I'm going to outline this in a warm gray anyway when I'm done, so you won't even be able to notice it. Okay, so I assume Belle has brown eyes, right? She must. I'll wait for someone to tell me. Mark Anthony found Mulan. You weren't kidding when you said way down. Well, and it's a good thing I'm not a prolific poster, because it would have been a lot farther back than that. I don't know how these guys find stuff to post like every single day, multiple times. It's like I post something once every few days. I'm going to pull out now, as I start to work on this dress. And someone give me the, if her eyes are brown or not. What is it? She has brown eyes. Someone says hazel. Okay, see, you guys can't even agree. Lewis Brightman, where's the pain? The pain is in my shoulder. Torn rotator cuff. And it stretches out across my bicep, lower deltoid and bicep. Hazel, hazel. So hazel is kind of green, right?
It's a greenish brownish. Husker. Husker.
Okay, so this is a warm gray 0 that I'm going to put over the entire dress. This paper I'm using really drinks up these pens. It's a very heavy watercolor type paper. It's not, I mean, it's got a fair amount of texture on it. It's not like really rough watercolor paper, but it's enough to dry out my pens pretty darn quick. Thirsty paper is exactly right. Fred, I don't need the color guide. Thank you. I may not even have all the exact. Her dress is yellow. I just need to know what color her eyes were, and Mark, who actually no, wait a minute, it wasn't Mark. Who was it that got Belle? Who bought Belle?
Joel.
Joel got it. Well, Joel, she's getting hazel eyes, so I hope you're cool with that. Oops, sorry. So I'm just going in with a warm 1 to kind of, I've got this warm 0 as the base, and I'm going with the warm 1 to sort of create a little bit of variance in the values, because I'm just going to go ahead and lay the yellow over the top of this flat, and it's these grays that are going to create the shadows and depth. So we'll get my old, this is a Faber-Castell, which is probably a much more expensive pencil. Don't know how.
Oh, that's when we were rich?
I don't know.
Ooh, a walking miser.
I don't know where in the world I got it. Seriously, some of these colored pencils I probably had since I was a kid. So, Humphrey Bear, more blue, please. More blue for what? You guys say stuff and I have no idea what you're talking about. It's like I'm not even part of the conversation. Because this yellow is such a lighter color, I don't have to be as meticulous with it as I was with the flesh tones. Because it's like this yellow just jumps over the whole area. That you don't have to put it down really, really perfectly. And it just, your eye just fills it and makes it all yellow. See? It's like magic. My magic yellow pencil. You know, it's funny. Rob Nerd 22 says someone is very lucky to be getting this Belle. And you got Mark Anthony saying, you know what? Now I want a Beauty and the Beast commission. When I did those, the Invisible Girl, Invisible Woman, whatever, Sue Richards, I did one, and everybody's like, "Oh, that's great!" And I had a run on like 4 straight commissions for Sue Richards. It was very funny. So maybe Belle is going to be
the new
Sue Richards. My least favorite Disney princess. Actually, she's not my least favorite. My least favorite is Sleeping Duty.
Oh, Sleeping Duty. We love Sleeping Duty.
Is that my daughter calling, or was that?
Yep.
Yeah, Sleeping Duty. Wasn't a big Snow White fan though, but I did a nice Snow White piece a while ago. Of course, I had the old witch in it too, so that kind of made it better. But it's like anything else. Once you start drawing a character and you get used to them, you sort of develop an affection for the character, and you suddenly don't hate him anymore. I didn't really hate Belle. Just, I don't know. I didn't think she was interesting looking enough, I guess. I don't know.
Custer, come get the rebound. Get the rebound, boys.
So I wonder how soon we're going to be getting conventions back. Belle B is hot. I don't know what that means. Belle B. Belle Beauty.
Belle.
Fly Fox Pro, take that. See, eye color is hazel according to Disney sites. Lewis, you're like a half hour late, but that's okay. I appreciate the effort.
I'm sure.
That Snow White and Witch was for Alex. You know what, Stephen? I don't know if Alex bought that or not. I did a Wicked Queen with the apple that Alex got, but I don't know if he got the Snow White or not. Okay, so how about favorite and least favorite Disney villains? Favorite Disney villain? Boy. The Underminer? No, I'm not going to count Pixar. Pixar's not really Disney. I'm going to go Cruella de Vil's too easy, right? Ursula's good fun. She has tentacles. Oh boy, favorite. Favorite to draw or just favorite? Because Cruella is my favorite to draw. I've done her several times and it's a blast. Although I did a really nice Ursula too. Mother Gothel from Rapunzel really creeped me out because she like kidnapped a little baby, and that really ticked me off. That's just made me very uncomfortable. So, wow. Favorite villain. Who else is there?
Let's go through them all. So then Rapunzel's the mom.
Oh,
I'm
gonna pull one out of the hat here that you guys are gonna be like, what? But I really like The Great Mouse Detective. It's like one of my faves, and that Vincent Price played the villain. He was Rat. What was his name?
Oh,
I remember the song. The world's most rat, and then he killed him for calling him a rat.
Somebody will get it.
Because he said he was like a large mouse, but he was actually a rat. That may be my favorite Disney villain. Ratigan.
Ratigan again.
See, these guys know.
I know, so I figured somebody would get it.
My least favorite villain has got to be. Who was in Fox and Hound? No, I'm kidding.
I'm a hound dog.
Oh, you know what? I really like James Woods in Hercules.
Oh, yeah. 80s?
Yeah.
Is my hair out?
Who else is there? Probably that dude in Tarzan's my least favorite. I mean, I like Tarzan fine,
And
but
the Princess and the Frog. No, I don't like that one so much.
Shelley has a vote against the villain for Princess and the Frog. A little too much voodoo that you do so well.
Well, that and the prince's guy that.
Oh yeah.
I don't like him. Yeah.
His butler that turned against him or whatever it
Yep.
is. All right, so I'm going to go over this yellow one more time to kind of deepen it up. My favorite Disney villain is Kathleen Kennedy. All right, that's the best line. She produces all the new Star Wars films that everybody hates. That is priceless.
Josh will be here soon. We'll share it with him. He will like it a lot.
Scar, I don't like Scar either. I mean, he's a good villain, but I'm gonna go with Ratigan or whatever his name was. Ratatouille. No, what's his name?
Ratatouille. Oh, this is John.
Either that or Hades would be my favorite.
Jude, where is yours?
I mean, Maleficent is cool. The Evil Queen in Snow White is cool when she's the old witch. You know what I thought was kind of, I just watched some of that the other day, and I found it kind of this irony, and I don't know why I didn't really notice it before, but she's so vain about her looks that she's willing to kill Snow White. But then when she goes in disguise, what does she do? She makes herself the ugliest human being on the planet.
It's ridiculous.
It's pretty interesting. I think it's interesting. Now let's see here. Ratigan, yeah. Okay, Ratigan. Everybody's on me. Ratigan, Aaron, Ratigan. How many times do I have to tell you? Jeff for the win. I don't know what that means. Dr. Facilier? Is that his name? I'll take your word for it. I don't know. You're talking about the voodoo guy, right? I thought he was interesting because who's that guy's name? Brian Keith? No, David Keith? No, what's the actor's name? He was also in The Thing. David Keith, right? Someone will know, right?
Probably.
Hades keeps all of his promises to Hercules. Hercules breaks the deal in the end. Okay, now you're going to get all like deep and philosophical on me.
Sure. Aaron's very shallow today.
I love Meg.
He's living at the shallow end of the pool today.
I am. I love Meg though in that movie.
Yeah.
She's not really
Little nutmeg.
Is she a princess? I guess if she marries Hercules, she becomes one by default. Maybe she becomes a goddess, not a princess. But I love her attitude. I love the voice.
Sassy.
Whoever the woman is who did the voice, I love it. So
there you have it.
Yep. Almost as much of a favorite as Rapunzel.
Mm. Do we have any more superhero beer?
That's up to you. You'd be the last one who
Yeah.
had. You had 2 of them last time. I don't know how many. I think we had 4 left, so there should be a couple left. Yeah, let's see. Susan Egan was the voice of Meg. Yes, you are correct. She was. Keith David. Oh, I said David Keith. I got the names. Well, when you have 2 first names, it's, you know.
No.
Yeah, David Keith or whatever was in Officer and a Gentleman. Wasn't that like Richard Gere's friend?
Oh.
So
What did he
Keith
play?
David. No, Keith David was the voice of the voodoo guy that you don't like. He was also in The Thing. John Carpenter's The Thing. And but David Keith was like Richard Gere's best
Gotcha.
friend, and I think that was his name. A lot of Keiths. I don't know. It's hard to keep up. Hard to keep up.
Well,
Let's see. Well, the voice of Meg was Susan Egan, big Broadway actress.
yes. Yes, I remember. I looked it up once.
Scott Gunther's superhero beer. He seems incredulous. I did a label for a beer. Bedrock City Comic Shop in Houston teamed up with a small brewery there in Houston, and they did a superhero beer called, what was it called? So you've had more than I have.
I don't know. Up and away.
Up and Away. That's it. And they hired me to do, well, I took it out in trade, but you know, to do the label for them. So I did. So Bedrock City actually commissioned me to do the label. Then they gave it to the small brewery there. And the design, the label, I didn't design the label, they did. I just did the artwork, but won an award.
It's
in
an
Houston.
IPA,
Yeah.
kind of a Hefeweizen-y. Not bad.
If you're into that kind of thing.
Which I am.
But I think you probably can only get it in Houston.
That's disappointing.
That's right. So if you're looking for the beer, you say Houston. No problems. Susan Egan was, okay. Steve, and you are like an hour late, man. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, that's more information. I take it back, Steve, and I apologize. I'm going to put you up here. Susan Egan was Belle on Broadway, then Meg in Hercules, then Gina in Porco Rosso, which I'm not familiar with Porco Rosso. Is that like a cooking show?
The mom in Tangled is also a Broadway.
That explains the great singing.
Yeah.
Let's see. My niece lives in Houston. I'll have her get me some. Can you show some on the stream?
Oh, if I have to.
Yeah, Shelly will score some beer here in a minute. And all right, so I'm almost done with little old nut. No, I was going to say nutmeg, but this isn't nutmeg. This is Belle. I'm going to go with a warm gray for her eyes, and then I'm going to hit that with some green over the top of it. And what do you think of that? And that will get our hazel. Although you have to look really close to actually see that it's hazel. When you get in there and work like super close on the eyes, you start to notice that they can be slightly uneven, which ticks me off, so then I have to go in and correct it. That's as close as I can get. But this pupil drops down a hair more than that one does, which now is driving me crazy. So I'm going to thicken the bottom of the line here. to make it drop down. Just like that. It's magic. Oh, here we go. Scott in Nebraska. Up, and away. It says, I must stop the madness. Up, and away. You stop the madness by drinking beer. And see, there's a little bit of a 2-panel story there on the back. And then it goes right there to the up, and away. My Superman ripoff. So there you are.
It's hot in here.
I turned the heat up.
Why
Because I was
did you
freezing.
do that?
You were just freezing the other day.
Well, you don't turn the heat up on a woman who's in her mid-50s. It's just not a good idea. Hi, baby dog.
Oops.
I'm reading. Yep, the hunt is on. It's actually pretty good. It's a hazy IPA. I don't know how to describe beer. It was fruity, but just a hint of hangover.
Okay. So I'm going to go in and punch up her eyelashes because they've been dulled by the...
You know, last time our son brought his girlfriend over, I was drinking beer.
She's going to start to get the wrong
Josh,
impression.
does your mom have a problem? Which one?
Did you have a problem? Which one are you referring to? Punch
Let's
up
see, what else can we share?
those eyebrows.
What's happenings?
Okay, so we do have the beautiful Belle. I'm going to...
Thus her name, Belle.
Yes. I'm going to go with a 0.8.
Yeah,
Picking up these lines.
Jeff, I'm wondering because I already got a headache. So that'll be interesting. I'll let you know if I get a worse one.
How do I like the live action remakes? I don't. I thought Jungle Book was good, but that's the only one I've seen, I think. Mother Gothel was Broadway. Okay.
Yeah, she's amazing.
She was also in Power. Okay. I don't think it's ever explicitly said why he turned into a pig. It was some sort of curse. You lost me. There must be something up here.
You can get a glass of it from the brewery's website.
Ooh.
We should go there and you could do like a signing.
Sign the glass.
And then write it off.
Oh, you mean go to Houston?
Yes. Go to that brewery and be like, hey, I'm the guy.
I'm the guy. Let me sign your beer cans. And then I
just
can write
keep
my
them
journal.
coming to my wife. Just one after the other.
All right. I'm going to outline her with a thicker line.
Thanks, Bert. You have a good night, too. You don't understand. It's my arm.
Good night, Bert.
No.
You're probably getting plenty of snow up there in Canada, aren't you?
Yeah, we haven't seen that one, Mark.
What, the pig?
The Jungle Book live action, have we? I haven't.
I have.
But I'm horrible. But if I do find something I like to watch,
she watches it.
I watch the heck out of it.
She's been watching Hamilton over and over again for months
every
now.
day. And if I'm not watching it, then I'm listening to the soundtrack. Yep.
I watched it once and I liked it, but Shelley's been on kicks. She was on Apollo 13 kick once, and then The Martian. She was on a kick.
Well, then I met Jim Lovell at.
Well, that's a good story. Met Jim Lovell.
Kennedy Space Center.
Back in our cross-gen days.
Yep.
I'm going to be a little bit more careful, obviously, with my outline because I want to keep.
What was your most frustrating trip to a con?
My most frustrating trip?
What about the one that you flew there and had to get back on the flight? And
okay, that was the worst. Okay, that would be it.
Yep.
I don't even really count that because I never even made it to the con. Okay, so I was on my way to Boston.
Yeah, that was the
when the marathon bomber. Okay, so like the day before, the evening before, whatever, during the Boston Marathon bombing, right? So I knew they were looking for this guy or guys, but But I kept thinking, well, what?
I thought it happened while you were on the flight, and so when it touched down,
No,
you guys-
they found out where he was.
Gotcha.
See, I was going to the airport early in the morning. So I had the news on just in case. Well, what if they cancel it? Because of and nothing. I heard nothing. So I get on the flight, and then as I'm flying back to Boston, we hear that the entire city is shut down because they located these guys or were involved with the manhunt or whatever. So they shut the entire city down. Right, so I'm heading into a convention not knowing what the heck is going on. I land in the airport. I call the guy that's putting the show on, and he was very depressed when he answered the phone. I shouldn't laugh because it's not funny. And he tells me they've shut everything down, so we can't have the show. And I said, well, what am I supposed to do? And he goes, well, you can go to the hotel if you want. It's already paid for, and you can just stay there or whatever, and then go home. And I was sitting in the airport going, you know what? If I catch a cab and go into Boston and the city's shut down, I could get trapped there for who knows how long because they hadn't caught the guys yet. So I thought about it, and then I turned around and went right back to the gate window and got my plane ticket to leave that night. So I landed and then ended up taking off a couple hours after I landed. And every time I went to the window, they go, you just landed, right? I went, yeah,
really?
Duh.
I did?
And like, that would be a surprise to them since the whole city is shut down, that people weren't just turning around and leaving. But so I had to explain that like 100 times to people. Well, you just landed. Yeah, I know. Did I? I felt like I've been here a week already. So then I got right back on a plane and flew home. It was brutal.
Yeah,
that was unfortunate. And I missed my daughter's play. It's the only play that I missed that she was in because I was committed to do this show, and then it didn't even happen. So that was kind of a bummer all the way around.
Yeah. Let's see. I would have just gone to the hotel and had just a night of silence. I would have been thrilled.
Yeah.
But that's me. I'm a horrible human being, so.
Well, I couldn't figure out what the benefit of staying there for 2 or 3 days would be, since I wasn't going to be at the show making any money. So I'd be spending it on food, right? And all this other stuff, and
not bringing room service, massage, a facial.
Yeah, well, they weren't paying for that. You'd have been paying for that. So.
Yeah, but you don't get there very often.
Yeah, that's right. So when you do, you got to rage. So yeah, that's my horrible con experience.
What was your
second
best one?
Well, Germany, maybe. The second German show.
Really?
Well, we went to Germany, and I said, well, look, I'm not going unless you can bring my wife.
Because she'll kill me in my sleep.
And well, I'm not going to go to Europe by myself. Why would I want to do that? So I said, no, I'm going.
See, I feel bad because I would have gone.
Yeah, okay. She would have. But so I said, no, I'm not going without my wife. And they said, well, it's not really in our budget. And I said, well, what could I do for you to make up for it? They said, well, could you do the artwork for the banner and the poster and the million, And I said, absolutely. So I did the artwork, penciled, inked it, colored it, sent it to them. I'm telling you, they used that thing for everything. There was banners everywhere. There was a huge, the lanyards. There was 10-foot banners when you walked in that had the artwork on it. They sold prints of it to the to whoever, the patrons, whoever wanted one. So yeah, they milked that, but we had a lot of fun. They took us around, and of course they fed us and everything. Let's get down. My dog is attacking my drawing.
Hi, baby.
But here's an interesting thing that I remember. I did and this is funny. I did like a little panel or something, but I was the only one on it. So I don't know if that
that was a little panel.
I don't know if that constitutes a panel. I was a guest speaker or whatever. And so I'm riding the elevator back to my table from doing the talk, and there's this young 20-something blonde dressed up as Supergirl, and she's in the escalator going down next to me, and she turns up to me and she says, I really enjoyed your speech or your talk. I thought it was really good. So we started chatting and stuff on the way down, and I was like, wow, someone actually listened and then took the time to come up and say it. And then she hooked up with all of her, friends, and they were all in costume and stuff, and so it was a riot. But I just thought that was cool. I don't know that I would have enough guts to actually, if I'd seen like Wrightson or somebody as a kid, and then, well, she wasn't a kid, but she was much younger than me.
Husker.
And just took the time to stop and say, hey, I really enjoyed it, And I don't even remember what I talked about now, but it must have been something important.
Husker.
So, yeah, Germany was great, and we went to this was during Christmas time, so we went to the Christmas markets in Germany. We went to that small town that they based Snow White on, right? Or no, Beauty and the Beast. What was it? One of the Disney movies, the older ones. And we went to this town, and it looked like we were in a Disney movie. And then they had
Was it Rotenberg?
Yes, Rotenberg. And they had the Christmas market set up, and we bought like weird German Christmas things, and it was so freaking cold. Oh. We bought coats and gloves
and hats,
so we wouldn't freeze to death while we were in this little town. But that's
where we just were, not you. I discovered Glühwein.
Glühwein, that's right. It's warm. What is it?
In Francais, it's vin chaud, hot wine, mulled wine.
And she also drank beer out of a horn.
I did. That's right. Yeah, I'm a fun one. Oh, Husker.
So anyway, that would probably be my favorite con. Getting mistaken for Adam Hughes is always a blast. That's happened to me a couple times.
I'm gonna go kill her dog. Husker.
Okay, I'm outlining with a warm 3 right now, which I normally do, which has kind of become my trademark to these commissions. Someone asked me where I got, I guess it was Randy Emberlin asked me where I got this from. And I remember seeing an Adam Hughes commission that he did years ago. And it looked like he had outlined it. And I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. So I tried it, and I kind of liked the way it looked. I think Terry Dodson's the one who said, it really grounds it, whatever that means artistically. But what I found out was that Adam didn't actually do this. He just kind of was really loose with his markers, and it would kind of bled outside the lines. But I started intentionally doing it. And I go in for some reason, and I just like it with that. And I don't necessarily ink this way when I'm inking a comic, but I like to go in and thicken up that line so it's bold, and then go over it with that brown or gray. I used to do it with a cool gray, but now I'm doing it with a warm gray because it just looks nicer. So you can see there as we get in closer.
Closer.
And again, that's more brown looking. It looks grayer in the picture, but it's more tan looking. And the yellow is more yellow, and her flesh tone is a little bit more orangey, peachy. I'll post this on Facebook and stuff, so you guys, and Twitter, so you guys can see what it looks like in the actual color after I scan it. But I'm going to give her a little eyeshadow to make her eyes pop a little bit more, I think. I'm going to do that with a warm brown 2. I don't want to go too heavy, but a little bit there. See that? It's beautiful. Beautiful. And there we have it.
All right. Plenty of time to.
White gel halo on his characters. Well, that would only work if you had like a black back or a dark background, right? I haven't seen any of the Snow White movies. Did I buy a pickle Christmas ornament? I did. Did you see that?
What?
Hey, look at He says, "Did you buy? We have a pickle Christmas ornament. Didn't we get that from?"
A pickle?
Yeah, it was but it's like a stand-up thing. It's not a tree ornament.
I don't know.
But yes, Randy.
Oh, that it was a did we get it? It was a nutcracker. It's a pickle.
Maybe.
I don't know.
But it's still a Christmas decoration.
Yes.
All
Husker.
right, Joel Heck chimes in and says, "Gorgeous." Okay, you guys, I'm going to put up real quickly here. I'm going to change the banner.
Boo-boo.
Our dog's going nuts, but why wouldn't he? I'm live on the.
Okay. That's enough.
Okay, so you go to PayPal, Aaron@aaronlopresti.com, and depending on how much the drawing was, either 100, 125, 150, whatever it was, and then you add $10 for shipping, so that would be 160 or 135, or just do the basic math, and then you pay me. But when you go into PayPal, make sure you say why you're sending me money. Don't just send me money. Say it's for the Belle piece, or it's for Popeye, or it's whatever. And then make sure your address is in there. I can't ship it to you if I don't have your address. And all this stuff is going out Monday because Wednesday I'm not going to be shipping anything after Wednesday for a while. So, Julie, it's interesting you should ask that. Have you ever done any? Yes, I have, Julie. I've done several Archie covers for the comics. I don't think I have one scanned that I can post up. But no, wait a minute. Nope, I don't.
Good boy.
So.
Good boy. Yeah, that's a good boy.
Randy Funk says it's a German. Hey, Shelley. Randy Funk says it's a German tradition. First person to find the pickle gets an extra gift. Okay. But anyway, Julie, yes, I've done many Archie things, but I've done Archie 1955, I think it was, and then Archie 1941, and then Archie and Veronica's 10th anniversary special, because they got married or something, but I don't know if they really did or not. But I did like the not cherry tomato. What's that girl's name? The redhead from Archie. I did a cover with her. But anyway, yes, I have done many. Well, several. Let's see. Are any of these still available? Randy, I'm sorry, they're all.
Are you working on other ones?
I'm going to get to that in just a second. I think what I'll do is, if anybody wants a, can you reach that sketchbook? Yeah. Okay, these, I'm sorry. Let me get rid of that. Okay. Thank you. These are the ones I did, plus the Belle I just finished. The Space Ghost is still unsold, isn't it?
Yeah.
So the Space Ghost for $150 is still for sale. All the other ones are sold. Cheryl Blossom. What did I say? Cherry tomato?
The girl with the hair.
Yeah.
Bella's the girl with the hair.
Okay. Julie says she'll have to search them out. Yes, search them out. If you do like Archie, like a Google search and just go Archie cover Lopresti, I'm sure like most of them will come up. Girl with the hair. Okay. So yeah, so let me do this. Let me take this down. Oops. And show you guys this. Let me zoom out. This one I still have, still available at 150 smackers. This is, of course, Space Ghost. I almost did Frankenstein Jr., but I thought nobody likes Frankenstein Jr. So anyway, so I got the Space Ghost piece for 150.
Now for Frankenstein Jr.
So I love Frankenstein Jr., but Cheryl Blossom, everybody's jumping in and helping me out with Cheryl Blossom.
Cherry tomato. Or the girl with the hair.
Or the girl with the hair. Okay, so this is still available. Right here. This one right here.
That one.
This one right here. That's the one.
That's the one? Are you sure? That one.
Yep.
Okay.
Belle has been sold and finished. So there you go. There's beautiful Belle. Put her over here with Bugs Bunny. Still available. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. we have a little bit of time before I'm going to close the show up. So I'm going to show you this. Now, I find it shocking to even think that no one out there knows what this is, but I'm going to give you the spiel anyway. This is Raw Imagination, 20 years of sketches by me, Aaron Lopresti. And you can know it's by me because my name's on it. And so there it is again. So what I'm going to do is, you have a Frankenstein Jr. sketch by Willie Ito, but you don't have a Frankenstein Jr. sketch by me, and there's a huge difference. I shouldn't say, I don't know who Willie Ito is. Probably brilliant. I don't know. But now check this out. This is the actual book in hand. I got it right here. Now, what is he chewing up? Oh. Okay, so there's the back. That's my daughter attacking a gorilla with a sword. She's much older now. That's my logo, Cold Crocodile Press. Oh, that was very clever. And this is the inside of the book. It's got pages in it with art in it.
It's just crazy.
It's full of art. It's 64 pages of art. And it has, there's Conan, by the way. It's signed and numbered, limited to 750 copies. There's an introduction, which I wrote, Aaron Lopresti, see, 8/28/19. Oh, that was a while ago. The book's relatively new, though. And there's a picture of me, kind of dark, but there it is. And that's me talking about me in the third person, which is always fun because it makes you think someone else wrote it, but I wrote it. So anyway, if anybody wants one of these right now with a head sketch in it, I'll cover shipping. I know. I know. You name your character, and you can have this for $45. I'll cover the shipping. So this book is $25. You get a head sketch on the inside for an extra $20. That's $45. Okay, Olivia says me, but what does that mean?
Me.
Okay, Olivia, what do you want? If that means me, I want a sketchbook with a sketch in it. What do you want? Now there's a little tape delay here, so I should have like Jeopardy music to play or something. No. Goliath, please.
Ooh.
Goliath. What does that mean? Who's Goliath? Goliath is one of the Disney characters, but I don't. Is it one of the cats? Is it a dog? Who's Goliath? Help me out, Olivia. From Gargoyles? No, Olivia can't be going with Gargoyles. From Disney Gargoyles. Olivia, wow. I would not have thought you would go that direction. All right, so Olivia Tien, is going to go Gargoyles, which means I have to go find one. I haven't watched that show since my son
always use me as a reference.
Was a wee lad. No, beautiful Goliath.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys, this is a picture of me typing on the keyboard. I'm sorry. Actually, you know what I'll do? I'll show you something pleasant to look at, or more pleasant. This is a recent commission I did of Hella. I kind of dig. So now you can look at that instead of my keyboard while I'm looking for Goliath restaurants. Reference. Goliath, Disney.
Yeah, I'm getting a work headache if the guy's still on there.
From the beer?
Yeah. I don't know. Just could be from life.
Oh, he has the hair. He's the dude with the hair.
You know, the guy with the hair. Yeah.
He's not very handsome, Olivia. I'm going to have to make him more handsome for you.
A handsome dude with the hair.
Yeah. There's a picture of him when he's do you want him in his gargoyle form or his non-gargoyle form? Apparently there's a non-gargoyle form. We need some clarity here.
Why don't you email him what you want?
I got to do it live, man.
Oh, I see.
Olivia, do you want him in his gargoyle form or do you want him gargoyle form, she says. Okay.
Get it.
Let's take a look at one other picture. This is one of Shelley's favorite characters.
Oh my gosh.
This is Shelley's most hated film, perhaps.
Ever.
Is it Wizards or this is your most hated film?
Oh, it's a toss-up. Or what was that one with Tom Cruise?
Legend.
Yeah, all three are my top. Like,
apparently, fantasy's not real big on her list of.
oh no.
Well, what about this? You can go with.
Oh yeah.
Okay, she's
I'm good with
she's
that.
on board with Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I read all those.
Okay. Well.
But yeah, seriously.
Towards fantasy
that's
stuff.
Just too bad, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess it is. All right. Let's see. You keep mixing up words. Yeah, I've got a problem with that.
Oh my gosh.
Can't wait to see what happens after the surgery and you come back on meds.
Oh my gosh. Who just said that? Who just said that?
Lewis Bright Raven.
Okay, Lewis, you have no idea.
There it comes.
No idea how bad he is at that. Like, I worry sometimes. Like, is he starting in dementia?
I don't drink anything out of aluminum cans, so that's not it. I have a hard time focusing on more than one thing at a time, and so if I'm doing something and talking about something, many things will come out of my mouth that are not accurate.
Then I'll correct him, and he'll say, "Yeah, that," and then he'll go back to the next sentence and mess it up again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe 3 or 4 times.
Scott Gunther agrees with you. He hated that film too. I don't know which of the 3 he's referring to.
Josh, man. Lumiere.
Wait a minute. Who's Jaunty Lumiere? Lumiere. All right. So we're gonna go.
Yes, be our guest.
We're gonna go Gargoyle first.
But yeah, he's really bad at that.
Some might say I have issues with it.
No, he gets it because his dad was like that too. Maybe it's genetic.
Yeah, my dad did it on purpose. I don't. I mean, sometimes I do, but I'm thinking one thing and something else is coming out of my mouth, and I can't really explain it. It's annoying, to be sure. Okay.
I'm sure it isn't to some people, but I'm not that some people.
Sure. I'm sure some people think it's funny. I don't.
I'm just not one of them.
I know you probably can't see much of this because it's in blue pencil, but I will beef it up here in a second. So.
Yeah, him coming home on meds is going to be interesting because I don't think he'll take very many though because he has quite a pain tolerance. So he won't so I'll take them. Because I take them every day anyway, so.
You know what? It would be really helpful if I actually had a pencil. Okay.
Okay, Aaron, seriously. Look at that pencil. It's like the most white trash pencil ever. Seriously. I'm sorry, Olivia. Such a professional. I found it on the sidewalk.
It's not the tool, it's the guy using it.
You're the tool.
See, this is you tune in and you watch the breakdown of a marriage. It's What are you handing me?
I was going to try to find you like a professional artist.
Oh, here's one. I found it.
Okay. Start over. Redo.
Well, Scott Gunther says, I've never liked Muppets, so that should give you a clue as to what picture I was talking about. You know, Shelley likes the Muppets. She just didn't like Dark Crystal.
Oh, the Muppets are... Muppet Treasure Island.
Oh, I love Muppet Treasure Island.
Muppets from Space. One of my favorites.
Muppet Christmas Carol. Very good.
Yeah, not one of my faves, but yeah. But yeah, I didn't like it. It was just creepy. And then my son got me one of those little pod wing things. And it doesn't have like a nose. It just freaks me out. I don't like it. Don't like it.
There you have it, folks.
Yeah, John, I let him have it. Yeah, he should have heard us before. half hour before the show started. I was like, seriously, dude.
Yeah.
Mixes up things.
I like how he's got kind of this helmet hair going on, Olivia. That's
But I'll be sure to video Aaron if he when he comes home and is, for the next show.
That's right. So we can cut to the
Hi, Joel.
Aaron wasted.
Thanks, Joel.
Joel got to head out. Belle
Yep.
paid for. Good luck with the surgery. Thank you, Joel. Appreciate it. Have a good evening. Thanks for joining us.
The Muppet Show was so much fun, wasn't it?
I love the Muppet Show.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think it'll be fun. Your boy's here, Husker. I think your boy's here. Did you go get him? There he goes.
My son has joined the crowd.
No, the motions. That's why I already told you guys are coming over.
I'm sorry, I'm listening to the conversation downstairs, which you probably can hear as well. Will they come up? Won't they come up? On the edge of my seat. Olivia, I sure hope this is the guy. I'm assuming it is. She's down there ripping on me. I don't know. Can you guys hear her ripping on me in the background? Okay, Josh, wait a minute. You wanted Lumiere. Okay. Aaron, have time to do a Jezebel Jade. Steven, do I have a... yes, I do. I don't know if I'll be able to do it live, though. I'm really getting distracted by the conversation that's going outside my door right now. So I'm being a terrible host, aren't I? But I am still drawing. So I got that going for me, which is nice. Okay. Okay, now this is one of those evil things, and leave it to Olivia to do it for me, that I can't go in with my black marker and blacken in all this hair because it'll seep through the page. So I got to cross hatch all this black in here. Thanks a lot, Olivia. That's all right. I forgive you. I've known Olivia for a long time. She occasionally watches my booth, watches Terry's booth a lot because Terry always leaves. He spends the least amount of time at a show of any artist I've ever seen that goes to shows. But he does a lot of sightseeing. So he's got that going for him, which is nice. Let's see. No, Josh, let's see, you took me wrong. I'm familiar with the show. I used to watch it with my son when he was younger. But it's been ages since I've seen it. see, one of the things I wanted to talk to my son about was he's bidding on a Amazing Spider-Man number 40 at an auction. I'm curious to see where that's at. I've been amazed. I'm going to go collector on you here for a minute, but I've been amazed at, I thought, my first inclination was when everything's kind of got shut down because of the COVID stuff, that, no one would be spending any money because they wouldn't, be like, hey, you got a bunch of uncertainty in the economy. But what's really happened is the people that work in the, electronic industry, and those are a lot of, engineers, and those people are a lot of the people that buy artwork from me and buy artwork, period, in comics. Their jobs weren't really affected. They worked from home, right? And so what I found out is that it didn't affect people's desire to buy comic art or even comic books. So I thought, we'll be able to get some really good deals on some comics at auction this year. And that has not been the case. They've been going for record prices. So I just think there's no cons to go to, right? So people have their money that they want to spend at cons, but they don't have any cons to go to. So that money's getting spent online. And it's more directed at these few auctions that are up. So it's very interesting how that's all kind of sort of played out. I've been very disciplined, though, since work from the big two has been very sporadic. I don't want to get into what's going on over there, but yeah. It's probably why I'm going to have to enter the crowdfunding arena very shortly. Oops. Sorry, this is sideways, but I got to get it at an angle so I can do the line work the way that I'm comfortable doing it. And then I will flip it around so you can actually see what craziness I've created for Olivia T. There they are.
Here, look who's here.
Wow.
The kids are here.
Come on over. Let's sit down and we'll do a little Q&A. Jessica wants to. He does too.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness.
All right, I'm gonna pull the camera up here and we have a little family time. This should be fun for everybody.
Yeah.
Okay, there's me in super close up. That's not a good thing. Let's pull
That's not fun for
way
anybody.
back. All right, I'm gonna swing the camera over so I can get these guys in the background. This is Josh and Jessica. Josh is my son. Jessica is his girlfriend. There they are. Josh is an engineer. Jessica claims to be a teacher, but I don't know that they actually have class, so I don't know what she's doing.
Yes.
So there they are. Wave to the camera, say, hey, folks. Hey, there's 21 people right this second that are watching.
Uh-oh.
Who knows, hundreds
John
will be
Smith
watching
is
later.
calling. Dun, dun,
It's
dun.
just crazy, and there's our dog. So anyway, so Josh, tell the good folks
I will.
out in internet land
So funny.
how the auction on the Spider-Man 40 is going right
Oh
now.
my gosh.
Ooh,
Aaron,
that is an
we're on
important update
John's
for you
big
all.
screen TV, where you guys are.
We're on a big screen TV at John Smith's house. See? So you're saying it's not going well?
It is, it's flatlined a little bit, but I don't have high hopes. It's for those comic book collectors out there, it is a 9.2 Spider-Man 40, and it is currently at about 1,200 right now on Comic Link. So that's it's a little pricey right now, but we'll see what happens.
Now, Josh, do you remember? I'll take the pressure off you guys. Do you remember Gargoyles, the cartoon show?
Of course I do.
That's what I'm drawing for Olivia. You know Olivia.
Ooh,
Olivia has requested
that's cool.
the gargoyle with the mullet. Do you remember his name?
That I don't.
Goliath.
Remember that. Okay, that's really cool.
Now, I want to make it known here that this is still available.
I'll take it.
There you go. Josh is going to take it. When I tell him how much, he won't. Let's see. Olivia says, hi, Josh.
Hey, Olivia.
Let's see. Hi, guys. Olivia again. Hey, Josh and Jessica. Hey, pup. That comes from Josh Olive in Alabama. He's a comic shop owner, so he understands the value of Amazing Spider-Man number 40.
Ooh.
It's a very important thing that we all understand, really.
Look what I drew, you guys. So
Wow.
Oh wow.
that way I did this one live, or at least the coloring on Belle. Of course, that sold.
That's really cool. Ooh.
That's great.
I love that.
So there you go. 8-ball bunny. Josh knows I brought him up right. John
Oh,
Smith
wow.
actually got that one.
That
Space
is
Coast.
so
concept.
cool.
Good choice, John.
Yeah, good choice, John.
Do you know who that is, Josh?
No, I don't actually.
Jezebel Jade from Johnny Quest.
Oh, it's been years since we've sat down and watched all those.
How about this classic?
Eat your spinach, everyone. It's good for you.
Popeye! I love Popeye.
Of course,
Okay, that's
who can forget
awesome.
Shere
Oh,
Khan the
Shere
Tiger?
Khan.
Oh my gosh. I love that one.
Sold. This is an all animation show episode today.
That's so fun.
And then, of course,
Mm,
Duck Dodgers
Oh wow.
with his disintegrating pistol, because when it disintegrates, boy, it disintegrates. So there you have it. And I took I was actually filling time till you guys got here. So I was taking a few sketches and sketchbooks. And then you showed up when I was right in the middle of it. So, have you guys eaten dinner yet?
yeah, we have.
Okay. Because there's stew down there.
We're just here for a few minutes.
Okay.
Fun stuff.
Don't you guys love this family stuff? Well, have you had dinner yet? So, how's work?
Sorry, you just asked me how work was going?
No, I
or
was
did you kind of-
joking. I was
okay.
making it kind of a. We do want to talk about WandaVision. So I guess we can talk. Have you guys, well, I don't want to spoiler alert. Has everybody seen WandaVision before we start talking about it? Mark Anthony, send me some stew. Has everybody seen, anybody that hasn't seen WandaVision and doesn't want me to talk about it, say so now,
Here's your spoiler warning.
or forever hold your peace. All right. So what do you, how's that? Is that, Olivia, is that like cutting it for you? It's kind of ruggedly handsome gargoyle. Do you think? Let's see. Everybody's chiming in now. Let's chat. WandaVision, yes. Spoil away. Seen it? Okay. All right. Here we go.
Serious.
So, Josh,
Yes.
so now that we know that Agatha Harkness, I
Mm-mm.
was calling her Harkless for a while. I was like, wait a minute, that's the guy who played for the Blazers.
Yeah, that's a former Blazer, not a Marvel character.
Okay. So does this make it more likely that Mephisto's involved in this? Because we're all sort of speculating that Nightmare would be involved and that Doctor Strange would somehow be involved, and this would kind of lead into Doctor Strange too. Josh, that was a question directed at you.
Oh, sorry. No, I don't think. I think with this new revelation in this latest episode, I think it points to the fact that Mephisto probably won't be involved.
Oh,
Like we had discussed previously, I think it goes against the show itself to have him be involved, because it's much more of a smaller, contained story, and Mephisto is really a character that should be involved at a much grander scale because of his powers and influence.
okay. Well, who is involved? Do you think this is just Agatha?
I think that this is just Agatha. I still think there's a possibility for a Nightmare tie-in, because it could be very easy that Agatha could be just a pawn of Nightmare or working for Nightmare as kind of more of a grander narrative. But I think for the sake of the show, I think Agatha is going to be the main player as a villain.
Well, there you go, folks.
Great.
And I have no idea. So let's see. Josh Olive says, I would rather see someone like Nightmare or Fearmonger than Mephisto. They need to save Mephisto for later.
I agree. That's a good point.
It is.
Mephisto is a good villain that needs to be saved. Besides, he has to get the Silver Surfer's soul once the FF appear. So once he's accomplished that, then we can move on.
That's right. And then they do the Silver Surfer television show.
That's a great idea for a television show, actually.
I'm all in. I'll direct the first episode. Okay, so there it is. He's a gargoyle. He's a man. He's Goliath. So we have it. You know what? I got to check the Bat book and see what number you are, Olivia, before I sign this away or put it away. Look at all those names. These are all people that have taken the plunge and got a sketchbook. So you're number 219. So that means, Josh, you're 220. I don't know if that means anything, but okay, so 220 is Josh Olive. And he wanted Lumiere, since we're on a Disney kick.
Well, are there any final
book out of the box?
Yeah. Are there any final questions before we take off?
Somebody keeps saying he wanted to know how work was.
Oh, what can I say about work? Work was good. It is a very busy time right now. I'm very easily working more than 40 hours each week. Hopefully by the end of this first quarter, so which would be end of March, things will start calming down a little bit. But
life as an engineer, it's tough.
It's busy. It's a busy time. I appreciate you asking. That's very nice.
Okay, let's see. Agatha's book sure looks like one of those books from the Doctor Strange movie, which were also chained up in a hexagon. Ooh, which is really interesting. See, look at that.
Luis's comment is accurate. She was a mentor for Wanda in the comic books, but I think that in this particular role, she will be a villain. I feel like they've done that a lot throughout the various movies and TV shows that they've done, that they will kind of stay true to the, powers or characters, but they might retweak the relationship or the story or a little bit to kind of fit their, grander story. I think Civil War is actually a good example of a movie where they did that. It's very true to the original intent, but also obviously a very different telling.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely want to see Mephisto, though, like a good makeup job, and that would be really cool.
Yes.
Look like Buscema Page come to life.
Mm-hmm. That would be fun. But yeah, I think Mephisto is going to be reserved for a Avengers movie or something. Does he have any ties with the FF?
Agatha Harkness does.
Yeah, she does. She appeared in a Fantastic Four book.
It was like her first appearance.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there's Lumiere. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Special. Thank you. You're welcome. Oh, that's funny.
Be our guest.
They're gonna
Be our guest.
Well, speaking of Lumiere, thank you for letting us be your guests.
Be our guest. Be our guest.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Save
That's
some
good.
great stuff for us for later.
Okay, I hear it's delicious. All right. Thanks, guys. See ya. And the kids have left the building.
That was hysterical. Drive safe. You see the house in North Salem on Samantha Court? I like you should have to find that. It's a really nice one though. Good one.
It's kind of interesting how Lumiere's. I like how the candelabra makes up his chin. If I was his lower jaw and his chin, if I was designing this, I don't think I would have thought of that. So I give kudos. I give kudos to the and the flame's going to go off the page a little bit there. Sorry about that, but I give kudos to the designers of this character because I would not have done that. I would not have thought to have done that.
Yeah. And we'll show you the back.
I'm going to put a little bit of my own twist on this.
There's a couple that I found on the corner, the other one's another strip mall across the stripper house is down there. There's another brownie house too. There's another brownie house.
Yes, Jerry Orbach was great. I loved him in everything he was in. Be our guest. Be our guest. All right. Stupid white balance. I know it's. There we go. That's a little bit better there. Love it. It's always fun when it starts to turn out pretty good. Louis Bright Raven brings up, since we're going to backtrack a little bit here and talk about Mephisto. That's very true. I love that makeup in I love that makeup in Legend. I'm not sure who did it. Was that Rick Baker? No, it was Rob Bottin, who was Rick Baker's protege and did all the makeup effects for the Thing. Unless I'm horribly mistaken, which I don't think I am. So there we go. His teeth kind of fit right behind that pointy lip.
All right, so that is like Wednesday.
I mean, you almost want to start singing the song, don't you? It's hard not to. Be a guest. Be a guest. I can't do the French accent. It's terrible. Oh, I love a little diversity in my work. I'm not talking about, social justice. I'm talking about art styles. I always wanted to be a guy who could draw everything, So I took a lot of time and effort growing up to not just focus on one thing. I had a love for animation before I discovered comics, and I really thought that maybe I would end up doing that. And that, of course, was the most exciting thing going on in animation that I was aware of was the Flintstones. But once I discovered comic books at probably about age 9, that was it for me. I was like, you can tell your own stories. Superheroes are awesome. Although I spent so much time reading monster comics as well. But I just thought they were amazing. And it totally captivated me and sort of took my mind away from this other stuff. But I still love animation. I don't have the patience for it. I could do design work, but I couldn't actually be an animator. Just so tedious. Now, as they used to be back in the old day, in betweener, someone who would draw you'd have someone the lead animator would do the main poses, like a guy's about ready to jump and then he lands, and then an in-betweener would come in and fill in everything in between. That's the super tedious part of it. So I guess if I was like a lead animator, maybe I could stand it. I took an animation class at USC, and we did a video test. You would do we do it the old-fashioned way on an animation board, with pencil, and do pencil tests, and then we'd shoot them on video. And I did one that ended up being, I don't know, something ridiculous, like 8 seconds long, if that. Might even been shorter than that. And it was like 120 some drawings, right, for just this couple seconds long. And that's with photographing every drawing twice. So basically it's 240 frames. It's 24 frames per second. So what is that? That's about 10 seconds. Yeah, so it was like, a 10-second thing. And I had to draw 120 some drawings. It was brutal. And I remember saying to myself after I finished that assignment, I was like, I am never going into animation. But I do like drawing the characters. I do like showing that, yes, I can do animation style. Oh yeah, let me make the announcement. I should have made this announcement earlier. Thank you, Hyper Potato. You guys, if you are not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please subscribe. I need subscribers. I don't do a really great job of promoting myself, unfortunately. I mean, I'll get on and do the drawing and tell stories and stuff, but to actually get out there and really push myself, I don't really do a good job of it, but I'm going to have to, especially if I crowdfund that. Well, I am going to crowdfund that monster Western horror superhero book. So I'm going to start talking about it way before I do it, and I'm going to get several pages done before at least 5 pages done before my dog is howling in the background. Oops, sorry, I keep dragging my... That's actually a pretty good drawing, gosh darn it. Lumiere. So what did I say, 220? I'm darn close to sure that I said 220. Yeah, I almost got I've told this story before, but gosh darn it, I'll tell it again. Yeah, 220. When I was in film school, I saw it was an ad in Variety or no, it was posted on the message boards at school. Back then it was, a cork board with like actually handwritten notes posted on it. And somebody was looking for a storyboard artist. So I went and interviewed these people, brought in my artwork and things like that. There it is. Well, I think that's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. I like that. And so I went and did the interview, and it ended up being, I don't know if you guys remember, they made Oh, sorry, knocked the camera over. They made a no, tripped over the camera. No, fell down. They made a remake of the movie DOA, Dead on Arrival, right, with Meg Ryan and Randy, not Randy Quaid, Dennis Quaid. And there's this directing team. They were British, this man and this woman. And they basically said, you're hired. And I said, well, okay, great. I said, so what days, I said, I got school during the day, so it's going to have to be in the evening, They were like, no, you have to be available 24/7 for 3 months or something. And I was like, oh, I'm right in the middle of film school. I can't, and then I just walked away from it. And who knows, so I went and spent more money going to film school and you go to school to get a job, right? Well, I had the opportunity to get a job, get into the industry and, probably start a career doing that. And I just walked away from it because I was like, nah, I still thought I was going to be a director. So there you go. But, my roommate from college is a director. He just directed Greyhound, that movie with Tom Hanks. So I suppose if I really wanted a storyboard job, I could beg him on his next project. But who knows? Maybe I will be. Okay, Stephen Ing, are you still there? Did you want a Jade in the book? Stephen, are you still there? Oh, Stephen Ing, you should have gone one and done. Do you want a, I should have, but I didn't. But this is the last one though. Did you want Jade? And here's a question for you guys. Is Jade supposed to be Asian and they just didn't draw her that way? Or is she... I was wondering that today as I was drawing that piece, because I went and looked at Dave Stevens' piece on that he did for Kamiko, that cover. And I figured he knew Doug Wildey personally. I mean, they were friends, and they did. So he would know, and he didn't draw her to look Asian. So I was just wondering, because it was back in the, that cartoon was back in the mid '60s, and they may have said, well, I mean, they made the villains look Asian on that show, but I'm wondering if they that she was supposed to be Asian, but they didn't want to draw her Asian or something. I mean, I don't know. So she's, all that I've ever seen her, she's been drawn, Anglo. So that's kind of how I've approached it. But with a name like that, you'd think she'd at least be more exotic looking, right? It was such a great cartoon show. I mean, even as a kid, Johnny Quest was always like on the latest, like, 11 a.m. on Saturdays after all the, cartoon shows were pretty much over. But I always hung out to get to see Johnny Quest episodes because I really thought that was such a great show. In fact, I think the episodes still hold up, even though it had that kind of sort of limited animation, but it was all based on Doug Wildey's drawings, and it looked like a comic, comic book come to life. God, I love that show. And I know they've tried to redo it, but for me, it hasn't ever really come to life like it did back then. And that just may be nostalgia talking, but yeah. Jezebel Jade. Well, did they honestly call her that though? I mean, they pretty much, Race Bannon just called her Jade almost all the time, didn't he? He didn't really. I have to go back and watch the episodes that she was in. I have all those on DVD. Chin here. Chin feels a little pointy for me. So I'm going to round it up a little bit. Let me zoom in a little bit here so you can see. I'll move the camera. Flip this board. Give myself a little bit more support. Another dark-haired beauty that I have to cross-hatch her hair.
You still on?
Yep. Stephen Ng came in late with a Jezebel Jade request
Oh.
for a sketchbook.
Isn't Joshua's girlfriend just gorgeous? He outkicked his coverage. Woo! Oh my gosh, it's so hot in here.
You think I got 2 sweatshirts on? I'm not hot at all.
Mm. You're not a mid-50s
It's that beer.
woman either. No. It's always warm in here. Always.
Yeah, Jezebel Jade. Makes me want to watch Johnny Quest cartoons. Maybe I'll do that tonight. Well, actually, I'll be laid up. I'll have plenty of time to watch Johnny Quest cartoons, won't I?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I think I'm going to start watching Stranger Things.
Ooh, yes.
So I only got through the last time I was injured. I think they moved was that when I got my tooth pulled?
I don't know.
And we watched like the first 3 episodes of it, and I was like, can't watch any more of this.
Well, the thing is, you'll watch it, but not remember that you watched it. That was my trick with some of my back surgeries. I would watch it, or I'd fall asleep and not remember where I fell asleep at, so I'd have to watch the whole thing again.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how doped up I actually am.
And they'll be interested to see too, because I'm going to video it.
So Stephen Ing, you know why? I sat here and I think you keep getting these sketchbooks from me with different drawings in them, and you have a ton of these sketchbooks. I'm like, why would you want that many copies of the book? And then I remember you work in the library down there, don't you? You're like a book guy.
The book dude.
So that may be part of it.
Ooh, what time is it? Oh, my bedtime.
8:20. Oh my gosh, we're on 2.5 hours. See, I kind of went over tonight, but hey, it's the last show for a while. We're gonna go out with a bang, right?
So I told him he should do a show where he's trying to draw left-handed.
I'm going to. I think that's a great idea. And it may just be the biggest laugh fest in the history, but videos. But I think it's worth a shot.
Or it's just going to make everybody mad. You can even draw left-handed.
Well, I might start a whole new career as a left-handed artist. I might be able to tap into that extra special something I haven't been able to as a right-handed artist. Just enough weirdness with my left hand that people will go, wow, that's really cool. We want to see more of Aaron's
Yeah, I should
left
start
hand.
doing it right now.
Yeah,
Well,
on Stephen's book. Yeah, let's experiment on your book, Stephen. I'll just start going left. I did do it a little bit because I broke my arm once in 4th grade, and I broke my arm again in 6th grade, and then I broke my arm again in my sophomore year in high school. And all 3 of those times I did kind of do some left-handed drawing. I don't know if I saved those or not, but I think that's a great idea. I think that's going to be a live experimentation. We still have 21 people hanging around. That's awesome. Considering
very sweet.
we were almost 40 people during the, not an auction, but the sale.
Oh my gosh, don't even say the word auction.
And it's fabulous that many of you stuck around. I appreciate it.
I know he had a
Left-handed drawing with drugs. Wow.
it'll be that's why I'm taping it. He had a hole in his bone that aren't like a cyst that
Yes. Hollow spot.
yeah. So the last one in high school he was playing dodgeball. He threw the ball and his arm snapped.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
And then
And I got pummeled.
Yeah, I got pummeled with all the balls after that.
So I'm laying on the ground, writhing in pain, going, stop it, I broke my arm. They're like, yeah. Oh, that good old days, man.
One of my first teaching jobs is at the same high school he went to. And people would go, Lopresti? Do you know an Aaron Lopresti?
Legendary.
And I go,
Legendary.
yeah, I married him. And they're like, wah!
Not legendary in film school, but I am legendary in Beaverton High School. Probably not anymore. I'd say the legend has probably died by now.
I think most of the teachers that were there have also
Passed along or retired at least.
Oh, yeah. We call that graduating in teacher.
It's a nice piece, Stephen, you lucky dog.
If you say so myself. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
Mm-hmm. That is a very funny movie.
I've used that line quite a bit, Michelle.
Shelley has weird tastes in movies.
I do.
She likes Stripes, which you wouldn't think would be the kind of movie that
Yes. Love it.
a woman would particularly like, but she does dig it. What was the other one? True Lies. She
True
liked?
Lies. Love that one. It's weird, I know. But I don't know, it's another one I could watch over and over and over.
Well, there's a lot, but I'm trying to think of ones that people wouldn't think that you would like.
Mm.
Oh, she wanted to go see Sleepy Hollow,
Oh,
the one with
one of those
Johnny
decisions
Depp.
you regret. It scared me.
Yeah, I'm like, you want to go see that movie? She goes, yeah, it looks like a really cool period piece. I go, you realize it's a horror film, right? She's like, yeah, whatever. And so we went and
Yeah, yes, the tango. Yeah.
por una cabeza. What? Oh, the Tank True Lies, yes.
Yeah. What's another one by? I don't know. It's been so long since I've actually sat down long enough to actually watch an entire movie.
All right, there we go. Yeah, I might still be a little bit too chinny there. There we go. Jade. Alloprice. That's the name of the tango by Carl. Oh, yeah.
Gotcha. See, I don't even know that part.
She looks great. The scarf is great look. It saves your marker the hand mileage. Boy, isn't that the truth? Not her hair, though. All right. That's number 221. Boom. All right. So Olivia 10 gets the gargoyle.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Olive gets Lumiere.
Yeah.
And Stephen Ng gets Jade.
Well, that's a full night right there.
It is. Okay, so I'm gonna offer this up. There's 18 people left. I still got that Space Ghost. What was I asking for it?
150.
150. Let me show it again. I'll go 125 on that Space Ghost if anybody wants it. Last chance. Thank you, Stephen.
Thanks, Stephen. Good night, Louis.
Oh, he broke his hand. Ooh,
Yes.
bummer. Yep. Good luck. Thank you. All right, I'm going to do a 30-second countdown, which will silence us, but and then when that countdown's over, if anybody, it's the last chance to get that the Space Ghost. Here we go. And there we go. Does Josh want the Space Ghost? It's Josh. Well, I just said if no one bought it, I was going to sell it. I was going to give it to him. So, but I'd rather have the money than give it to him.
Oh, John. Thanks, Paul.
Thank you, John.
John, I didn't get a chance to say that to Josh, but I will.
And John, since you called us and put us on the big screen.
Big screen. I'm so glad I didn't.
$100.
Put myself on there.
I'm knocking another 25 off. You went and got the Space Ghost. I'm giving it to you for $100. So
Big Shelly on the big
$200 total for both Space Ghosts.
Booyah, booyah.
Plus, those of you who think I'm giving John a sweet deal, John, I owe John a lot of favors.
Holy cow.
For a lot of years. So
a lot of San Diego.
That's right.
Stuff.
So, Paul, thank you.
And
Are
20 some years of friendship, almost 30.
He was there from the beginning. He bought some of my Art Firm T-shirts from me.
Oh my gosh.
That's classic.
Day one.
Paul, thank you. I don't know if you just got here or not, but I appreciate it.
Thanks. Hyper Spud. You have to change your name now. Hyper Potato. Hyper Spud.
Thank you, Angelo. I appreciate it. I'll probably be back online sooner than later. So
Mark.
una.
Je parle français. Je ne parle
Is that,
pas
is that Spanish?
l'espagnol.
Yeah, she speaks French, not Spanish. Thank you, Olivia. All right. Stephen E. says, I love the Johnny Quest Blu-ray set. It was remastered and has the correct end credits for each episode. The regular DVD does not. I don't have the Blu-ray. Hamilton book has a regular DVD for $9.95. Steven's always finding these like great deals on this stuff for me, so I appreciate it. All right, gang. This is me and Shelly signing off for the evening.
Right.
But again, thanks everybody for coming in. All of you who bought artwork, thank you so much. I appreciate it. My electric bill really will be happy in March.
And turning the heat up, it won't.
Shelly may not be happy. Oh, she's rolled up her sleeves.
Yeah, I'm like, I could be in a tank top and shorts.
She looks like she's ready to train for a little kickboxing. All right, guys. This has been Aaron Live, February 21st, 2021. Oh, it's John Smith. Good night, everybody, and thank you. We'll see you soon.